Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, if you saw the thumbnail, you'll see that this is not the knife pictured in the Jackknife Summer video, but this is because of our friend at New Again Knife Reviews. He was talking about how he thinks the Peanut is one of the best jackknives that's out there. And I cannot argue that fact. The Peanut it's something that won me over. For a long time, I thought they were too small, but I finally listened to Mike Curtis back in the day, and I started getting a Peanut. This was my first Peanut, and I absolutely love these little knives. I think they're fantastic. One of the things that they have is that, see, the tangs are kind of down there, and this is what they call kind of a sunken joint. Is, it's almost sticking out, but it's not, squared off like you see, like say on a Trapper or some other knives. So on the Peanut, of course, you do have half stops. You get a nice clip, and then you get a really handy size pen blade, which their pen blade is actually really nice and very proportional to the size of the handle, which is really nice. But he said his only lament was that he wished that they made a slightly larger version, and that's exactly what the 087 is. So your Peanut is about 2 7/8, and this guy is about 3 3/8. So just slightly bigger, but exactly that same serpentine shape, same blades, except this one does not have half stops. So you get a really nice clip point blade there, and you get a really solid pen blade. So it's just, I think, probably one of my favorite jackknives to carry. This is the 087 pattern. Here we'll show you the markings on the blade, if I can get it to show up there. So you see it's the 62087, 6 for the jigged bone, 2 for the number of blades, and 087 for the pattern. This one is a CV. So this was one of the last ones they had that was CV over at Shepherd Hills. I was lucky enough to snag one of these. This was before the jackknife had returned to the case regular production line. And so I saw this knife and I picked it up. I was actually going to look for another Texas Jack, and it was listed with the other Texas Jacks. But I always think of a Texas Jack as having the squared bolsters, and this does not. Now the 087 is back in the lineup, so you can get these new again, and that is always a good thing. Love the red bone. It just looks fantastic. And I've been carrying this guy, and there's no faults with it, no nothing that I can say. This one has, when we talk about the sunken joints, you can see it's a lot more sunken on this than it is on the Peanut. You actually can see a little bit of the tang, but on this one, it is a properly sunken to where, this just comes right over, and you can feel the blades, but because these are smoothed and rounded over on the ends, like Case does so well, your finger just goes right over it. There's no any kind of anything on here that sticks out, no transitions. We can take a look at the back springs and the construction of this. So you can see the 2 springs and the brass liners. But just an absolutely beautiful knife, one that I highly recommend. If you think a Peanut is too small and you don't think that this is the way to go, try the 087 because this is a really, really good knife. One that I have found that I really like. Now, of course, the Peanuts will make a return. You knew that I was going to show a Peanut sooner or later in Jackknife Summer for sure. But we're going to go with the 087 this week. And then we have a totally new knife coming up for the next one. So you guys, I hope you're enjoying Jackknife Summer. I hope you guys stay cool out there, because it's definitely, the heater got kicked on out here in the West. So you guys stay cool. All right, I'll talk to you later. I'll see you in the next one.